This video is called Doctor Who Pet Peeves. Alternative names could be David likes to discuss nerdy things. In this video I'm going to tell you what I don't like about the current series of Doctor Who. But first I have to show you one thing.
Oh yeah, I got a Yeti.
So, moving on to the actual video. Number 1. The first thing that I really can't stand about Doctor Who is River Song. I can't stand her. Her character is so annoying. I don't like the mystery surrounding her. And she's like, ooh, spoilers! You know, can't say anything because it might ruin what happens in the end. But then they went ahead and spoiled it for us. Why? Because they made her Amy and Rory's daughter, which is the most predictable plot twist they could pick. Also, I really don't like the fact that they made her marry the Doctor in the alternate timeline. They are not married. Never have been, never will be, because if they do, I will kill Stephen Moffat. And also, they made her Amy and Rory's daughter. Did anybody else see that coming? That was such a predictable plot twist. It wasn't a surprise at all. She could have actually been a friend of the Doctor, that somebody he meets later on and actually chooses her as a companion. They could have made her an actual Time Lord, not a technical Time Lord just because she had the ability to regenerate, but an actual Time Lord. Or they could have made her the Meta Doctors and Rose's daughter, you know, the half-doctor from the parallel universe. And it would be kind of strange, you know, her liking her dad, but that could easily be rewritten. And so going right along with the fact that we know River is Amy and Rory's daughter, it's terrible. It was so predictable. And overall, the story arc has been predictable. Was anyone really surprised when they found out that River was Rory and Amy's kid? Really? I mean, the minute you saw the little girl at the beginning of the season, that was obvious. What about the Doctor's death? Did anybody not see that coming? How could you not see that coming? The minute you saw Let's Kill Hitler, you saw many people in a life-size robot. They could look like whoever they wanted it to. You could see that coming all along, that the Doctor would end up having these little people play him. Again, that was a really, really predictable plot twist. Also, because Stephen Moffat has put so much effort into the story arc, the individual stories within them have all suffered. Most of them have either been really weak attempts at episodes, or they've been really good up to a certain point, and then the end is anticlimactic. To name just a few of them, there was this year's Christmas special. This tree puts a band around this lady's head and she can fly this giant ball through the time-space vortex. I mean, really? What? Or what about Night Terrors? The one with the little boy named George? You know, everybody gets sucked into this mysterious dollhouse, and these creepy Raggedy Anns are out chasing after him, and in the end, all that happens was his dad gives him a hug, and it all fixes itself. The rest of the episode was really good, really creepy, and then it's just like, oh, let me give you a hug, son, I love you. And it was over. Now this one was a really good episode, up until the ending. The Curse of the Black Spot. I mean, this one had excitement, it had drama, it had pirates. I mean, it was really, really good. And then all of a sudden at the end it's just like, this is a weird holographic nurse girl that's trapped on a shipwrecked spacecraft that is in a temporal shift, so that's why we didn't find the right ship at the right time. The rest of the episode was great. There was so much potential there for an ending, and it didn't live up to that. Another weak episode was A Good Man Goes to War. Another ganger that was Amy's baby. The Doctor finds out that River is Amy and Rory's kid, which was obvious all along, but instead River actually had to tell him. Like, I am telling you, you stupid idiot. Ugh. Terrible. Or The God Complex. That one was really, really good. That one was creepy and made you want to see what happened. And then it didn't deliver. It's just this weird minotaur on a spacecraft projecting a giant holographic hotel. Now, I'm not saying all the episodes have been bad. The Curse of the Black Spot was a good episode up until the end. And the episode The Almost People, that one was pretty creepy. That one was awesome. That was like Christopher Eccleston's time as the Doctor. Or The Girl Who Waited. That episode has been the only episode focused on Amy that I have actually enjoyed a lot. It made me think of Portal. Did anybody else kind of feel like they were watching Portal? I did. Moving right along to the next point would be Amy Williams. She won't go away. We get it, we get the fact that she's the girl who waited a long time, but she's just annoying. She's ridiculously dependent on the Doctor. She's like the girl in the Twilight films. She's just dependent on the vampire. It's the same way with Amy. She just won't let go, you know. I think it's time to dump her and find a new companion. Also, I really don't like the style of these last 2 seasons of Doctor Who. He turns into Matt Smith, and it's just, Geronimo! Let's go on an adventure! Let's have some fun! All the sense of danger and impending doom that David Tennant portrayed in the ending was just gone. It's not Matt Smith's fault. It's Stephen Moffat's fault. You know, it's not just about all merriment and running around and having fun and saving the day. You know, there's always a consequence. And moving right along with our final point, also going along with the change in script writing and sense of danger, would be redesigns. Let's first start with the TARDIS. I understand that the TARDIS needed to regenerate itself after crashing, but why was it so drastic? I mean, really, it survived against Daleks, and against Cybermen, and against the Master, and who knows what else. And yet, just to crash to Earth, and it had to go through a complete redesign. Why is the inside so homemade? There's like a windshield washer fluid container in there, and there's a phone from the late 80s, and there's an old manual typewriter, and there's the funny old picture screen that it looks really steampunk. It doesn't belong in the TARDIS. Some people might argue that this is because the TARDIS is connected to the Doctor, and so the Doctor's new personality influenced the design of the TARDIS. But the TARDIS has lost all sense of alien to it. And now it's really, really blue. It's just way too blue. And it seems like throughout the entire last 2 seasons, they've just been referencing the TARDIS blue a lot. I don't like the fact that they made it seem as if the TARDIS is alive in the sense that it's a person. You know, David Tennant or Christopher Eccleston, occasionally they would smash the TARDIS console with a hammer trying to get things to work and everything. You know, it was like a beat-up old car that you really love. You know, you talk to it, you call it names and stuff, but never to the point where Matt Smith's character does, where he acts as if it's a character. It would be like taking the Batmobile and turning it into a tank. What's that? They already did that? Darn it. The next redesign that I really don't like is the Daleks. They took their awesome brass metallic look and they turned it into these white, shiny, plastic toys. They don't look threatening anymore, especially in the bright colors. What are they, Teletubbies? It really looks like they took Power Rangers and Stormtroopers and threw them together to create this weird Japanese robot that looks like something you would find at Comic-Con. Russel T. Davies, if you watch this, please come back. Stephen Moffat is a troll, and he's just messing with the series to annoy us and show that he's in control. That's all I have. If you guys have your own opinions, if you agree with me or you disagree with me or whatever, leave your comments below. I'll be sure to read them and respond to them. And we'll just have a fun time discussing nerdy topics about Doctor Who. I will see you guys next time.